Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you tonight? Sorry, a little bit late, but things happen. I sometimes you're, late and sometimes you're early. I was late today. Very sorry. It's good to see everybody. It is November 16th, 2021, and it is 42 past 8 o'clock. Good to see you. Good to be here. How is everybody? Just get set up here. There it is. Thank you. Yeah, 36 is, and then everything is just. Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome. Welcome, and let's get into it. Everybody's still a suspect. Those words can't be repeated more than they have. They are repeated a lot because everybody's still a suspect. And until I hear it out of Mr. Sheriff Ronnie himself, everybody's still a suspect. Not only is everybody still a suspect, there's like 6 or 7. Anybody that's around the kid. Anybody that's around the kid, anybody that brushed past summer, anybody. And I did have a great birthday. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Wow. I've never been wished that happy birthday so many times in my life. And I'm so glad that you guys care enough to reach out to me and say happy birthday. Yeah. I've been getting emails today and the last couple days quite frequently. I'm not really sure. Either my finger is not on the pulse of the true crime community the way that maybe I thought that it was, or maybe I'm naive, or maybe it's a bit of both. Naive, not so much, but ignorance is bliss. And sometimes I am blissfully ignorant. People, that watch this show, people who watch me or watch any creator, assume that we either know what we're talking about. They assume that what we're saying is gospel. And that's just, it's not always the case. And not everything that I say, I back up with a fact because I have opinions. I'm an opinionated person. I don't just carelessly state these opinions. I would like to think of them as educated guesses. And I also think at the same time, what a tremendous responsibility we have as people with a voice who listen. And you guys don't have to tune in. You don't have to listen, but you do. And for that, I'm always going to be grateful. But it's really weird because the lines of being childish and childlike and being an adult, being a grown up. See, being a grown up and acting like a grown up are two different things in a major way. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. Is there experience in age? There can be. But there can also just be a life of wasted nothingness. Just an empty void, a proverbial black hole. And we see it a lot. And a lot of these different cases that we talk about, the West Boys, Nicole Overstreet, Summer Wells, Karen Mitchell, Dylan Redwine. There's a lot of unqualified people that talk about these situations. And I don't know if I'm unqualified or qualified as a professional in any sense. But the one thing that I am qualified for is to talk to you. I think I'm good at it. I think that I'm a positive voice in a negative world, but I'm far from perfect. And there are people who do lift us up and put us on pedestals. And I have always appreciated that. But I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in my life. I'll make mistakes in the future, but my mistakes are my mistakes, and they usually affect just me. I try to limit the damage of my mistakes to me. And the constant barrage of attacks, the constant barrage of people who feel as though they're qualified to judge my motives, to judge other people's motives. They're everywhere. Everybody's got a voice. Everybody's got a platform. Everybody's got their own agendas. And I'm no different. I have my opinions, agendas, and I question people's motives. I question people's motives all the time, but I do it. I do it silently. As for the criticizing people in these cases, and I will respond to that. The reason that I criticize Don and Candace is because there's stuff that I feel that is hurting this little girl's chances, these three little boys' chances. And there are times where I'm overly critical, passionate, maybe out of touch. And then there's some times where I'm spot on. There's some times where I'm really spot on too. And tonight I received uh, many phone calls, text messages. Um, I was, you know, going to cover something else tonight, and I didn't because I'm going to share with you what happened. There was a phone call. A certain person got a hold of my number, which is fine. I don't care much about that. They started off with emails trying to rock me to sleep, wanting to heal the community, wanting to come together. And the little bit of conversation that I had, and I'm sure that this person and these people are watching, please, by all means, have a seat, listen up. We're not friends. We'll never be friends. I don't trust you. You have one of the worst reputations I've ever heard of. That's never going to change. Opportunist, liar, cheater. All these things come to mind. But then I start getting messages from uh, Don Wells. It's really strange because when you block somebody on an iPhone, which I did, on your computer, they can still message you. I didn't know that. So I'm sitting at my computer working, just working like a normal guy. I had some stuff to do. I had some stuff to do. Like work. And I get a message. Well, it's Dawn. Dawn messages me. Tells me wants to know if I know the definition of a word that he used yesterday, and then went on about a 3-minute tirade about such word. So I've been dealing today with two of the most deranged people I've ever dealt with. Two of, not the most. Trust me, they're not the most. They're not the most deranged, but they're a couple of the most deranged. Enough about Dawn. Why is the White House closed? What do what? Oh, don't feel sorry for me. Don't apologize. It's okay. I'm not. No, it was totally fine. I recorded the entire conversation and I'm not going to play it because it's disgusting. It's foul. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over. But for the record, when he was messaging me and it kept popping up on my computer and telling me, answer your phone, answer your phone, answer your phone. So I answered. And I said, what can I do for you? Knowing damn well there's nothing that I can do for him. There is nothing that I can do for him. Nothing I want to do for him. I would help him find his daughter if that were the case, but that's not what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to explain to me why he uses the N-word. He probably used the N-word 100 times, close to. He screamed at the top of his lungs, the very top of his lungs. And I just asked him, is she alive? And he said to me, why would you ask me such a blunt question like that? Why would you ask me such a blunt question like that? And I said, but you don't know, you don't understand. Why? You don't have a feeling? And he says, I don't know that answer. Why? You tell me. And I simply said to Dawn, go ask your wife what happened. She was the last one with her. Go ask her if you want the truth. Go ask her. Just go ask her. Don't ask me. Because she was the last one. And then I said, is that all? And then he said, well, no. And I said, dude, go ask your wife and tell her to tell you the truth. I said it to him about 5 or 6 times. He was cursing me out. He said I was dumb this, a dumb that. He was drunk. He's angry and he's on a warpath. And I just simply told him to go call or go talk to your wife. And he laughed. He laughed. I didn't know it was so funny. And I literally said, right now, go. Right now. Go. The conversation that I had with Dawn tonight is probably 10 times worse than how he was on Ziggy's. He tried to tell me the definition and the origins of the N-word, why it's okay to use it, why he'll always use it. And like I said, being racist is probably the least of his worries. The very least. It's the very least of his worries. He screamed at the top of his lungs. When I mean screamed at the top of his lungs, he screamed that some blank came up here and stole my daughter. I mean, he screamed. And this whole story is BS. Kristen Solo. Hold on 1 second. Let me ask. Kristen, are you saying that mine is? Are you saying that my story's made up? Just curious. Because I want to be careful. Um, let's see. Tell me if you think that I made this up or if he made it up. Sorry. BS, yes, to listen to this BS. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let me know when she answers because I have the whole thing recorded, so it doesn't matter. And I won't. I'm not going to play it, especially the way that it is right now. And I told him, look, dude, I'm recording you, and that's just how it is. No, I don't. First of all, I don't make anything up. There's nothing to make up. I didn't make any. None of it is made up. I have no reason to make any of this stuff up. I wasn't looking to talk to Don Wells. I wasn't looking to talk to anybody. I have other things that I wanted to do. However, he came into my world. And I'm not concerned with Dawn. I'm not angry with Dawn. Yeah, Ski, I don't want to say his name, but I'm guessing that maybe it was someone's idea, and I'm sure that maybe that person recorded it on the other end, because as soon as I got off, that other person texted me and says, "Did you have a bad conversation with Don?" I said, "No, I didn't have a bad conversation with Don. I'm not the one who's drunk, and I'm not the one whose daughter's missing, and I'm also not the one saying the N-word repeatedly." And then Don tells me basically threatens me by saying, if you don't know what a in or blank really is, one day you will. Something will happen, and one day you will know what a blank is. So I said, is that a threat? He says, no, it's not a threat. And then this other person says that Dawn could beat me up. like we're little kids. Beat me up. Oh, please don't do that. We don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. What did I do? The exact term was he would kick the cowboy snot out of me. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Beat me up. And this person also told me, he says, well, the reason you hate Don, or Don hates your guts. And I said, well, the feeling's mutual. And then he said, the reason you hate Don. Oh, by the way, this person also said that I was a fluffier, uglier version of him. There's nothing about us that's the same. Nothing. You're shit on the bottom of my shoe. You can't do what I do. You'll never do what I do. You can't be me. You want to be me. It's just not. It's just you're a nobody. You're nothing. You're a liar. You're a con artist. You're a scammer. You have nothing to do with me. You'll never be anything to me. And don't call me and ask me to get a hold of Doug for you. and to run Doug out of this community, don't call me. Don't text me. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't call me. We have nothing to say. We have nothing to talk about. We never have. We never will. You're not on my team. And I get it. You want to be on my team. Being on my team is good. It's a good team. It's a great team. We have the best. But you go do you, and we'll do us. You know, we'll go for real victims. We'll fight for real victims. We'll be real victim advocates. Christy, yeah, I do have a question for you. What is it? What part of this story is made up? Please enlighten me. What part don't you believe? Is it? I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you are. None of it's made up. Um, I'm not really sure. Yeah, look, I mean, it's just the harassment, it is a scary situation when you don't know how to defend yourself properly. And I'm not worried about anything. They don't bother me. Not you, Chris, different Christy. The one that I put up on the screen. But the problem is that Don needs to go ask his wife what she knows. He needs to go ask his wife what she knows, not me. And we had that conversation, man. We certainly had a conversation. And it wasn't a good conversation. It was a bad conversation. Only because of him. Only because of him. And how many times can one person get kicked off of YouTube? I'll never understand that. How many channels can you really lose? Like, it's impressive. It is impressive to lose that many channels that fast. I'll never back off. I'll never back off, Don. Never. Not even if you didn't have anything to do with Summer. Done too much, too many other things. Never. Don't ask me to back off anymore. I'm not backing off. I'm backing on. Choo choo, buddy. I'm not backing off. It's just not going to happen. And I don't want your little sidekick, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance dummy. I don't need you two contacting me. You want to talk to Doug? You go get it. You go get ahead of him. Go on and just live your miserable life. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You and I are not friends. We'll never be friends. So I don't need that kind of a friend. You got a problem with Doug? Go talk to Doug. Doug's a big boy. But don't ask me to come on your show, quote unquote show. I can imagine that 4 people probably watch. My backup channel gets more views than any channel that you've ever had. Don't ask me to come on there and discuss Doug. Don't ask me to discuss healing this community. Don't ask me for anything. You're a fake, a phony, a liar. You're not a music producer. Fake, phony, and a liar. And I'd say that to your face. I'm not intimidated by you. I'm not scared. I find it funny. And I sleep really good at night. I do. I really, really do. I get it. Being on my team is better than being on your team. Being me is better than being you. But it could be better if you actually wanted to make it better. And the reason that I'm a fluffier version of you is because I don't drink and do drugs to where my body has to eat itself for protein. I don't poison myself every single day. So I'll take that as a compliment. The nicotine is eating at your whatever little bit of protein is in that weird, strange vessel you call a body. And being me is better than being you. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm sorry. But if you really wanted to, I'm sure that you can make a change. You could. You don't want to. You just lie. You try to get in good. You say, oh, I have nothing but respect for you. Contrary to what you think, I have so much respect for you. I don't want you to have respect for me. You don't need to have any respect for me. It's okay. Your respect, I can live without. Your respect, I can live without. I'll do fine without your respect. I don't think about you. I don't I don't have any intention of getting in contact with you. I don't need you. But the fact is you think that there's an opportunity to get in with me because you think that my stock is rising and your stock is dead and you can't make a penny and you're worried about everybody else monetizing. You want to count my money in my pocket. Well, just so you know, this is not the only case that I talk about. I don't make a living off of this case. Certainly not. And to suggest that I do is wrong because it's not true. I could sit here and talk about you for the next 30 minutes. Has nothing to do with Summer. I'd rather talk about Summer than you. And don't conflate it with profiting. Don't conflate it with profiting. Don't count my money. And I won't count yours because I know that you don't have any. But you want some. And I, you know what? A cosign from me is probably a good thing. I get it. Let me be a little cocky here for a second. A cosign from me might help you out. Oh, give him a chance. Give him a chance. That's never going to happen. No, thank you. Weren't, you know, go fix your life. Because mine's fine. Mine's doing okay. I'm good. I have my children. I love them and I spend a lot of time with them. They're my pride and joy. And you are nothing more than an agitator, a desperate, insignificant molecule floating through the atmosphere, trying to hook on to some sort of matter. I would suggest that Don, especially, go and check himself into a rehab. Check yourself into a rehab, Don. Benny, I don't know how to help you. But I know that you need it. But I'm not interested in helping you. And you can say whatever you want. You're so worried about me monetizing my second channel. I could monetize 10 channels. I could have 10 channels. And you'll never be able to monetize one ever again. You're not allowed on here, buddy. What don't you get about that? You are not supposed to be here. You have literally been banned all the way back to the Stone Age. You should be YouTubeless. You are some entity just floating around, just You're not even supposed to be here. You snuck in through the side door. You snuck in through the side door. Nobody takes you serious. There might be 4 or 5 people that take you serious, and God help them in life. But you're banned. You're not allowed to be here. How can YouTube's trying to fix the community by kicking your ass out? You love drama. It suits you. Which is probably why you don't have a normal job with money. You're not supposed to be here. This is not your place. This is not your place. I agree with you. We need to clean up this community. No question about it. We'll start with you. Oh, wait. YouTube already did that twice. And it'll be a third time here soon. And Dawn, don't call my phone anymore. Go ask your wife what happened to your daughter. She knows. I'm not accusing you of murder. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm accusing her of lying. So go talk to them. Go talk to your wife. Don't call me. I got nothing to say. Benny, don't call me. Don't email me. Don't do anything. Because as far as I'm concerned, somebody who doesn't take care of their children, and I don't know how many children there are between the two of you buffoons. I'm guessing it's somewhere around 10. You don't take care of any of them. You can't even take care of yourself. Go to work at 7-Eleven and pay the money that you owe to these women that have taken care of your children while you're playing games on YouTube. Don't worry about someone else's DUIs. Don't worry about somebody else's court appearances. Go worry about all the money that you owe for your children that you don't take care of. And you don't give a shit about Summer because you don't give a shit about your own kids. You lying sack of shit. Listen up, buddy. You don't even have your own kids. Why are you worried about Summer? You can't even take care of your own. And I'll tell you what. It's a shame. It's a shame. You want to talk about somebody else's DUIs and, oh, this person got arrested for this. This person got arrested for that. I ain't never been arrested for anything and charged with anything ever. So keep looking. See what you can find. If you have so much respect for me, like you told me that you do, then take my advice and go take care of your kids. All 5 of them. You got to clean up your own little corner of the room before you can save the world, buddy. Go take care of yourself. Go take care of yourself. Because I don't have anything else to say to you. The fact that you piddle around all day, just causing problems, you're just gross. And Benny, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be 50 years old and you're going to look around and all this stuff will be done. And you're going to go, what do I have? What am I going to do? I wasted so much time. You wake up in the morning and you shove a joint up your ass. Relaxing's for hardworking people. And I see that you're back to harassing Ziggy. But this morning you wanted to clean up this community. I want to come together. I want to come together and I want to fix this community. It's just baffling. Baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. I'd be surprised if you even have a legal license with all the child support you owe. I'm telling you, man, one day you're just going to wake up and you go, God, my life passed me by and this is what I did with it. And you're going to have emphysema and you're going to smoke through a hole in your throat. How can you care about summer when you don't care about your own kids? You don't even care about your own kids. And you know, Don said on the conversation with Don repeatedly called me what you call a young dumb punk. And then I said, "Well, you're an old gray man." And then I said, "You can't even walk up a hill without getting out of breath." And he hung up on me. Have another smoky do, buddy. Have another smoke. You know, long after this Summer Wells case will be solved, and hopefully she comes home alive, and well, to a home alive. And I hope that's the case. Life will go on. And we we will no longer talk about Dawn and Candace. And I'll have a career that keeps going and we will talk about other things, other projects. And life will go on. and you'll be left. You'll be left in the dust. And the only reason that people even know who you are is because you buddy up with somebody who is an admitted essayer racist. You want to tell me about all the bad things that other people have done. Well, what about you? What about you? This man was screaming the N word at me at the top of his lungs. Man, what do you know? True colors show. True colors show. Now, look, if you were some sophisticated, well put together 40-year-old who didn't live off his mother and wife, and you wanted to help find summer, I might be able to take you serious. But you're not. You're not. You're a degenerate as far as I'm concerned. Anybody that doesn't pay their child support, I get a pretty good idea who that person was. And it is odd for somebody who owes money towards kids that you can't take care of, or you're not allowed to take care of, or you don't take care of, would be wanting to help find somebody else's kid. Why don't you worry about your own kids first? Please. Just worry about your own kids. I'll tell you how to do it. You go get a job, okay? And you work hard every day. Hardest you can. And then you send it to them. Help support your children. I've went many nights, days. I had to give my kids the last of my money before. I don't have to so much anymore, but I've had to do it. Looking after other people's hard. It's sacrifice. Well, somebody says he can't work because he has a disability. There's many desk jobs out there. He could file some papers. Could make some pizzas. There's a worker shortage out there. I've worked many jobs I didn't like in my life. Many jobs. Just like most normal people. At least Dawn goes to work. Sort of, sometimes. But those kids will never see that money. Those kids will never see that money. And you'll continue your fake advocacy, telling me that you have all the respect in the world for me. Well, if you have respect for me and you value my opinion is go get a job and support your family. Tell your mom and wife they may not have to work. Take care of them. Why are they taking care of you? Dawn, my advice, quit drinking. You want my advice? Quit drinking. I mean, I remember I was 15 years old. I was looking for a job, and the job that I got was called I made loan packages. So what I would do is I would make copies and then I would stuff folders for banks and send out what were called loan packages. I did that every day after school from I got out of school at 3:30 and I worked till 5:30 every day. Very little effort. It's kind of a cool little gig. Took time. But yeah, I just made copies, stuffed envelopes. It's kind of cool. There's a job out there. There's a job out there for you. And that's my advice. That's my advice. Go get a job and worry about your own kids. I can't take a man serious that doesn't look after his kids. And I can't take Don serious because he didn't look after his kids either. Or else the other three wouldn't be where they're at. And if anybody says that I'm callous about it, I was those three kids. I lived in hell. I know what it's like to have a scumbag dad. Oh, I know what it's like. Not only do I know what it's like, I despise you, both of you. I grew up to fight against people just like you, to tell you that little kids grow up and we're here. And guess what? Guess what? You don't intimidate me. You don't scare me. I'm a big, strong man. God bless me with some sort of intelligence, gave me a little bit of integrity. The worst thing that you can do, the worst thing that you can do is come after somebody who's been beat on their whole life. Because I'm not the one. I'm unshakable. There's no skeletons in my closet. There's no DUIs. There's no misdemeanor this, misdemeanor that. I mean, I smack a couple people around. Some people need it. You know, who hasn't gotten into a couple fights here and there? I mean, there are people like you out there. Sometimes people got to be. And I am worried that Don could beat me up in a major, major way. Guy can't even walk up an incline without breathing like his chest is going to explode. And you probably can't either. Go have another smoke. Have as many as you want. It's black around your eyes. That's not a good sign. Don looks like he's like a beat. I'm not interested in fighting you. I'm not interested in fighting Don. Not interested in any of that. So you two pretend to be best friends, scurry on your merry little ways out of my life. Okay, here's what you do, Benny. Here's what you do. I'll tell you. Pretend I'm one of your children and then just ignore me the rest of my life.